Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on the Doomdog YouTube channel. As always, I'm your host, Josh. With me's my friend Eric. Say hello.
There we go.
And before we start, I just want to say that I have finished my next video review on Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade that will go up after this video. So, it's coming like tomorrow. But we are here to wrap up E3. We are getting to it much faster than we did last year, where it took like months.
Told you, man. We're on it this year.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I want to get it. And I don't want to sit here like Silver and Stu and just be pissed off at some of these conferences, because this year's as a whole, this year's E3 kind of sucked. Like, there are definite highlights, and we'll talk about them, but this, as a whole, it kind of sucked, because 3 of the 6 shows that were put on were not good.
Right. Yeah, yeah, no, they were terrible.
And even with the 3 shows that we did get, they showed a lot of stuff that we already knew was coming.
Yeah, there was, I guess the biggest, to me, and like just seeing reactions online and everything, the biggest reaction or surprise this year at E3 was Keanu Reeves, which was fucking awesome. But
yeah, well, fucking awesome, but in a game we already know is coming.
Right, but that was, I definitely think that was the biggest surprise.
Yeah, and we'll get to that.
For sure.
Let's start with, did you watch the train wreck that was EA's 3-hour-long bullshit?
I didn't watch the whole thing because, like, I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, this isn't like a traditional conference. They were just doing like games. So I watched bits and pieces. I watched the Star Wars gameplay, which looks really cool.
Yeah. But
the rest of it, like, I was watching some and like kind of skipping through, and I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, I watched every single moment of it. I watched all 3 fucking hours so I could tweet out the news on the Twitter for the channel, and it was torture, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't do the whole thing. There's no way.
Yeah, and they didn't even have any new announcements for this thing. Like, there was no time devoted to Anthem. Almost like they're fucking giving up on Anthem.
Yeah, that's crazy to me that they would, because if you look, even Bethesda's still working, they're trying with Fallout, so
yeah, we'll get to that, and we'll laugh our asses off at that later.
But it's just like, even they're still trying to, make that game work. So for EA, as big as it is, and like as much money as they put into Anthem, to not even talk about us. Holy shit.
It's not entirely fair to say they didn't talk about it at all. They had one designer talk about it for about a minute. In 3 hours.
It's a blink and you miss it kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a blink and you miss it kind of thing. So if you didn't think they talked about Anthem literally at all, they did. But it was like, snap your fingers and it's done.
Yeah. It's pretty much the game.
So they talked about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which looks like Uncharted with lightsaber combat, and I'm okay with that.
It looks awesome. I hope it's just like a big lengthy game, because it looks awesome.
Yeah, I hope it's got a. They're not doing a typical thing that a lot of Star Wars games do, where you get to choose light or dark, or have like moral choice, because that's easy to implement in Star Wars. It's basically black and white in all the movies.
But at the same time, like, every Star Wars game kind of does that, so I like this idea of like a set story.
Yeah. And there have been Star Wars games that have done the set story thing pretty well. It hasn't aged particularly well, but I liked Shadows of the Empire when I was younger.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It just hasn't aged. Like, go back and try to play that speeder bike level.
Yeah.
It controls like shit. I loved it.
it's like as awesome as this game looks, and this is honestly going to be a day one purchase for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was also disappointed that this was like the only Star Wars thing, because I was like, man, like I just don't understand why they're not fucking mining that franchise. I would.
Yeah, they've had the license for what, 5 years now,
Yeah,
and we've gotten 2 games, and this is the
Yeah.
third.
yeah. It's like, I mean, put something else. And this game looks great. Like I'm not trying to take away from it. I'm just kind of surprised.
I also find it kind of ironic that EA said, "Oh, we're not going to do a linear story-driven game," and that was their big reason for canceling the one that
Yeah,
the Dead Space
right.
team was working on.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
And that was penned by Amy Hennig, which, if you don't know
Yep.
who that is, she wrote a couple of the Uncharted games. I think she wrote Jak 3. She wrote.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic.
She's a great writer. She wrote some of the Legacy of Kain stuff, which also had really good writing. Like, she's an accomplished writer. I feel like Star Wars would be good in her hands.
Yeah, I mean, when they first announced that she was going to write, they were going to produce one she was writing, I was so excited. And then shortly after, they canceled it.
Yeah, which just sucked. I was like, oh man, I heard about that. I was really excited about that because I
Yeah.
know how good of a writer she is.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh, I want to mention this just because I'm looking at my background up. The lead producer, and this has nothing to do with E3. I just want to mention it, give it a little bit of moment of silence. The lead producer for Guerrilla Games passed away a couple days ago at the age of 44.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what his name was. But he was the lead producer on Horizon Zero Dawn, which is an awesome fucking game.
Yeah, Horizon's amazing. God,
And they have a really talented team there at Guerrilla Games that really produced some stuff to be proud of. So that sucked to hear. Rest in
yeah,
peace.
definitely. That definitely sucks. I'll have to read about that tomorrow.
Yeah. But beyond that,
pretty sure they didn't announce a new Need for Speed, did they?
they didn't announce a new anything.
Anything? Okay, because it was just like a set play schedule of like already announced.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
games FIFA 20, Madden NFL 20, Apex Legends, Battlefield 5, and The Sims 4. Those were the rest. Those were the rest of the games that they talked about.
Okay.
So, no new announcements of games at all. And they spent 30 minutes on each game, and this fucking thing lasted 3 hours.
Jesus.
I watched all of it. It was painful. And really, the only thing there that interested me was Star Wars, because I have no interest in battle royale kinds of things, which is what Apex Legends is.
Right.
And they did announce a new character for Apex Legends. They announced that was the big thing that they were pushing hard with that game.
Well,
That
yeah, I mean,
season 2 coming up.
Yeah, they're making it, raking it in with that game.
Yeah. Then they announced a street football mode for FIFA. What I say football, but that's what they call it. Soccer. We call it soccer
Right.
here in the States. They announced a street soccer mode for FIFA, which that's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that like taking a mode that was previously in the series, removing it, and then putting it back in?
If I remember right, yeah.
'Cause I know they did that with Madden this year because they're putting the Pro Bowl mode back in, which
Oh,
has
right.
been in previous Madden games.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh, sorry, I mean, interrupt you. Go ahead.
they're touting it as a new feature, which I think is shitty.
Yeah. I can't remember the last Madden game I got. I mean, it was probably to be honest, I think it was for the PS2. I bought a Madden game.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind picking one up just to play it for a few minutes, just once in a while and pop it on and play a game. But
Yeah.
yeah, PS2 was the last one I got.
Yeah, but I know enough about the Madden series to know that they do this kind of thing. They will introduce a new feature,
Oh yeah,
pull it out of the game, and then introduce it again as if it's a new feature.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've won a year for how long now? They've put so many different systems in those games.
And I see that as kind of a shitty business practice, personally.
Yeah, I mean they're still gonna sell, so they obviously know what they're doing. Which I miss the old. You remember NFL Blitz?
Yeah.
I fucking love that game.
And NFL Blitz is one of the few sports games that I spend a lot of time playing.
Yeah, oh, it was so fun.
It was a lot of fun. I wish they would bring something like that, like bring back the arcadey feel of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember the one. I think it was like the NFL Blitz. Maybe it was the last one. It could have been something else. I'm sure someone will correct me, but you could they had like a story mode. And you could make your dude do steroids and shit. It was so fucking funny.
It's funny.
Hilarious.
I know you used to be into The Sims.
Yeah,
Are you still into The Sims?
I am. Yeah, that's like one of my guilty pleasures that I'll probably admit. I actually bought it for the PS4 because they had The Sims 4 for PS4, so I bought it, and I really like it. But there's so many expansions. There's so much. I don't have all the expansions or anything because they're kind of expensive to get them all. But I still really do enjoy playing the game.
Yeah, well, they have a new expansion coming to The Sims 4 that's like living on a tropical island kind of thing.
It looked cool.
And go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I've played since the first Sims game. I've always just enjoyed playing those, so I'm always kind of stoked for the new stuff.
Yeah, so the Sims part might be worth your time if you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch all of it. I think I watched a little more than half, but I have it saved. I gotta finish it.
Yeah. But for the most part, this was just 3 hours of boredom. For me, it was Star Wars and 2.5 hours of shit that I don't care about.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, it's not much more to say about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
This looks awesome, so I'm super excited for it.
So, Bethesda.
Yeah.
You remember last year when we were joking about how every single video game on the face of the planet was going to get a Battle Royale mode, and we specifically brought up Fallout?
Yep.
As a joke? They weren't supposed to take us seriously.
Yeah, I just, they have to know that a Battle Royale is not going to save that game. I mean, they announced some other stuff for it, like, NPCs and whatnot, but it's like, why the fuck are you putting Battle Royale in that game?
Yeah. Did you laugh your ass off when they announced that? Because I did.
Yeah, I think I just, I was more sad.
I literally laughed out loud when I heard that. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hilarious.
It really
is.
They
did call that one pretty good, though.
Yeah. They also announced an expansion for it called, I think it's an expansion called Wastelanders.
Yeah, something like that.
And this is something that they originally said that they were not going to do. Because that they sold this game as every single person you meet in Fallout 76 will be another real human being.
Right.
So they're going back on that and adding NPCs into it that you can talk to.
Yeah, they have to. That's what everyone wanted in the first place.
And it's coming with a new storyline. And it's coming with the dialogue system that they made sure to show you that the dialogue system looks a lot like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
Not only that, but they made sure to show you that it's got speech checks as well.
Right.
Which,
now, I guess... So, it's still the full, MMO, right? It's not like... It's not a single-player part of the game.
as far as I understand it, yes.
Okay.
It is still the multiplayer thing. It's not a single player experience.
Yeah, even adding that, it's still, for me personally, it's just not what I want, so.
Yeah. It's a step in the right direction. The way they made it sound is there will be player choice, which is a big component of what made Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas so fucking special.
Yeah.
And your player choice will have consequences, which again was another reason why Fallout 3 and New Vegas were so goddamn good. And it sounds like they're trying to turn it into an actual RPG.
Yeah, I just, is it too late,
Yeah, that's a year after launch is when that comes out, and is that too little too late?
Plus, it's like, if I'm getting super into, like, this, whatever they put in, like, the story, and I'm like, okay, it's starting to feel more like a Fallout, and then, like, 5 internet people, like, run up, and they're just, like, jumping up and down in front of me for 10 minutes. Like, it just takes you right out of it.
Yeah, that would take me right out of the experience as well.
Because I've seen gameplay clips of, like, no one ever plays how they want. Like, they'll show you the video of people working together and doing all this shit. No one ever fucking plays like that.
Yeah, I've played enough online games in my life to know that teamwork never works anything like it does on the stage at E3.
No, it's just all fucking trolls. Idiots, but so it's just like, if I can't be separate from that for a little bit in the game, then I don't really have any desire to play it.
Yeah, I have played a little bit of Fallout 76 because I got it with my, when I got my Xbox One X.
Oh, right, okay.
And I bought that for the Xbox One X, not for the game. But it came with it, so I was like, I might as well try it. So I played it for a little bit. The entire time that I was running around and killing things, this guy went to his box, stored his armor and all his items, and just stood there like in underwear.
Ugh.
And just followed me everywhere and just stood there and stared at me. He never said a word. Because I had my fucking headset on and I'm sitting there trying to talk to the guy. He never said a word to me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you following me around? What is this? And then I just logged out and said, okay, fuck this. It's fucking weird. But yeah, it sounds like they're trying to give fans what they wanted in the first place. And
right.
I'm sure I'll give it a try when it comes out to see if the writing's decent, if it's worth the shit.
Yeah, do they have private servers in that?
I do not know the answer to that. I would assume they have them by now, but
if they do, like, I would almost be tempted to pick it up and, like, get on there and play it and check it out. But
yeah, like, if you got a private server, like if we could do a private server on the Xbox One, I'd fucking set it up and play it with a couple friends or something.
Yeah, because, like, that would be the only way. That's why, and I'm not really trying to get off on a tangent, but with Red Dead Redemption 2's online mode, you can't do private servers. So it's like you're just stuck with all those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have no desire. So, like, if Fallout, if you could do a private server, I'd be interested in that. But
yeah. Beyond that, I wouldn't be interested in that.
Yeah.
Let's see what they showed off a new game from. What is the name of Mikami's company?
Oh. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
They made whatever the name of the company is that made Evil Within 1 and 2 is working on a new game. And this Japanese chick that went out there to talk about her game, I loved her. She was so happy to be there and just so passionate, just excited to talk about her game, and I love seeing that. You know?
Yeah.
And she was one of the things that the internet fell in love with for this E3, and I get it. I definitely get it. She was up there, she was excited as hell to talk to everybody and talk about her game, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't see any gameplay.
It was the Ghostwire Tokyo, wasn't that it?
Yeah, that sounds right. Unfortunately, we didn't see any gameplay of it, so I can't fucking tell you what it's like to play it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the case with fucking all of E3.
Like, literally everything Microsoft showed.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that, because they did this... Microsoft has done this a few years in a row now.
Yeah.
They showed off the 2 new Wolfenstein games.
They look terrible. Yeah, not much to say.
And god damn it, like, I want this series to be great, but after the new Colossus, I've just lost interest.
Yeah.
And I'm not the, like, a lot of people had a problem with the design of a new Colossus and how incredibly story heavy it was and how dumb that story is.
Yeah.
And stuff like Wolfenstein should be so focused on shooting first and good level design. The Elder Scrolls Blades is coming to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to wonder how they're going to go about that, because on the phone, apparently, that game is everything bad about mobile games.
Probably, yeah. I've never played it, so I don't.
I haven't played it either. This is just going off of what I heard.
Yeah.
What I've heard from other people it's like it's got all the different timers to open chests for secret items and shit like that.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, you can pay money to make this go faster.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's how mobile games make so much goddamn money.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no interest in that. If it sells well, then good for it, I guess. But
Yeah, I've got no interest in it either. Which is a shame, because I love the Elder Scrolls series.
yeah, I'm just waiting for the next one, which is
They didn't even talk about.
no. No, the last thing Todd Howard said was they were working hard on it. It's like, okay, it's going to be a very, very long time.
Yeah, like, it makes you wonder what the point of bringing it up last year was.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a new Commander Keen game, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I got so excited. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you knew who Commander Keen was, because I know
yeah.
that was mostly a PC thing.
I know, I definitely know. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so fucking pissed. Like, oh, a new Commander Keen for mobile. What are you doing to me? Tom Hall, who was one of the co-creators of Commander Keen alongside John Carmack and John Romero, tweeted out saying, that is not Commander Keen.
Right.
Oh my god, break my fucking heart. Like, get me excited about something from my childhood, and then just like, no.
They also announced it was like a Deathloop out of the game.
Again, without any gameplay
But
at all.
It's from the Dishonored team, and I did not like those games, so I really wasn't invested in it.
Yeah, I beat Dishonored 1, and I couldn't tell you anything about its world, couldn't tell you anything about its story or its characters. It didn't capture me.
But again, it's just like another CG trailer. I mean, it tells you nothing about the game, so it's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, I am at the point where I rarely ever get excited about a CG trailer.
Yeah.
But because I mean, we've all been burned by CG trailers in the past. Like, oh, an exciting, awesome CG trailer turns out to be kind of a meh game.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's what this is definitely going to be. I'm just saying that I think we've all been burned by that so many times that it's hard for a lot of us to get excited when you don't show any gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a theme in this year's E3. But they did show the one game that they did show a lot of gameplay of, and despite the fact that we already knew it was coming, it looks amazing, is Doom Eternal.
Yep, absolutely looks awesome.
Doom Eternal looks fucking phenomenal. And obviously it's a follow-up to a game that is amazing, and I cannot wait for this game.
Yeah, the gameplay they showed of it was so awesome. It looks
Yeah,
really good.
This was basically the only part of the conference that captured my attention.
Yeah.
And I was glad to get a deep dive, like, finally, an on-stage demo. You know?
Yeah.
What happened to the art of doing on-stage demos at E3?
Man, I know.
Microsoft
Yeah.
had a good show for the most part,
They did, but I was also disappointed.
but for the love of God, show gameplay.
Yeah.
I think Gears 5 is coming out later this year, and they didn't show any gameplay of it.
No, I mean, they showed some, I think, last E3, and to me, like, it just didn't look that fun to me.
You know, which was the general consensus about Gears Judgment and Gears 4. I'll get to play Gears Judgment because I now own it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever they're doing with the new one just didn't really interest me. That's one of my favorite game series of all time, so I was kind of bummed last year, like, when they announced it, and then this year they didn't barely show anything, so I was like, okay.
Yeah. Did you get the feeling watching that trailer did that trailer for Gears 5 seem extremely fucking pretentious to you?
Yeah.
Like they think that the storytelling and world building in Gears of War is a lot deeper than it actually is?
Right.
That was the feeling I got. I'm like, this is the, oh, cool, I just chainsawed that guy in half shooter, not the, oh man, I remember all these cool story moments.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being that. That's what Doom is. And Doom is my favorite game.
Yeah, well, Gears, I mean, it's literally one of my all-time favorite series. I don't know, I'm just kind of so out of it now.
Yeah. They started off by showing Outer Worlds. They just showed a trailer of Outer Worlds, which I was glad to see Outer Worlds open the show, because being the show opener is kind of a big deal, and the trailer was really good.
Yeah.
And fucking nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, it's gonna come and go. You know?
Which is a shame because it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I mean, I guess I'll be able to get it for a pretty good deal online, but
yeah, it's from Obsidian, who did Fallout New Vegas, which is an awesome game.
yeah, I don't know, because their conference was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, and they seem to be focused on quantity of games, because they're like, we're going to show 60 games today.
Yeah,
they probably did. And none of them had gameplay, none of them had deep dives, nothing like that. And that was my... Go ahead.
Oh, so one of their biggest things was they showed, it was because usually they announce a new Forza, but this one's just Forza with Legos.
Yeah, an expansion for Forza Horizon 4. With
Yeah,
Legos.
like is that really something that needs to be on a conference? Like you couldn't have announced that like a couple days later and just cut your time down a little bit. That made no sense to me.
Yeah. They should. They showed some game. They showed a new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah,
and it looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm insanely excited. I so wish there would have been gameplay.
Yeah. And there was an hour of gameplay that they didn't show on stage, but
it's
behind closed doors.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's awesome." It's like, I wish they would have just shown some gameplay, and they had the big, Easter egg at the end with Keanu Reeves being revealed, and then he comes out, which was fucking awesome. But
yeah, this game is breathtaking. You're breathtaking. No. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. I love that.
He was fucking great. Like you could tell, he was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
And from what I was reading, he's gonna be like a virtual companion throughout the whole game, which is awesome.
Yeah. From what I have heard, he has the second most lines of anyone besides the player character.
Right. So
which is awesome.
Yeah,
you get lots of Keanu Reeves in this game.
Yeah, they said he's kind of be like this game's Cortana or whatever. Like he's like virtually with you throughout the whole game. Then he'll like make himself appear at times and talk to you and stuff, that's so badass. That's cool.
And obviously he's got a personal connection with Cyberpunk because one of the biggest films he's ever been in is one of the biggest Cyberpunk film, or probably the biggest Cyberpunk film ever made. The only other one that competes with The Matrix is Blade Runner.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, Blade Runner's so fucking good. Have you seen the sequel? I don't mean to go off, but
the Blade Runner sequel?
Yeah, 2049.
I have not.
It's one of the most amazing films I've ever seen. Like, I fucking love it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to its quality.
But, yeah, it's incredible. But yeah, like I think Matrix would probably be the biggest, I would think.
Yeah, because Blade Runner became a big hit. It did like the thing, the
cult,
kind of the thing that the Thing did, where it wasn't big at the box office, and then it got really big later on. 'Cause nowadays, everybody loves the Thing.
Yeah.
If you go back and read reviews from when it was new, critics fucking hated the Thing. And it didn't do well at the box office, which I think had something to do with following up E.T.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Because E.T. is a very different tone and treats the aliens as friends. And it's like, well, we can be friends with aliens, and then here's this terrifying alien that you don't want to fucking befriend.
Right. Such a good movie.
It is a great movie, though. But Keanu Reeves come on stage, and it was fucking awesome. And I was like, oh, this is so cool.
The pop from the crowd was fucking great, too.
Yeah.
That was like one of those big E3 moments. So like that was cool, but that was like, it's so funny to me because Keanu Reeves overshadowed Microsoft announcing their next console.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a little bit? Because I was sitting there watching the part where they were talking about their next console, and I'm going, oh, that is such bullshit. And
go ahead.
And it was, they said it was going to be 8K, which is not fucking viable right now. Like, the cheapest 8K television that you can buy is still like $9,000.
Right. I mean, it'll be the same thing as 4K, like, so you buy this, what is Project Scarlet and what it's called now, so you buy that, and then, obviously it'll run on any TV, but then when you do get the 8K, you'll get the upgraded visuals. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I will be shocked if they actually make a console capable of producing 8K, because right now we're still struggling to get
Well, I mean,
4K 60 consistently on PC, high-end PC.
I think they can do it, but I'm just kind of curious, like with like the specs they were giving out, like how much is this fucking thing gonna cost?
Yeah, if it goes for the specs, we're looking at minimum $500.
And so when are they saying that this is gonna launch?
I think next year. But don't quote me on that.
Because it's so if hypothetically if this thing is gonna launch, say, you know, would it be what, Christmas 2020? You think, or?
Yeah, that would be my guess.
So we have kind of, yeah. So then you'd expect next E3 to get like the full console reveal, and
Yeah, I expect both Sony and Microsoft to have big reveals coming up for their new consoles.
because they didn't say this holiday, right? There's no way.
No, it's not coming out this holiday. They barely said, like, all of it was PR fluff speak, and they barely said anything concrete at all about their next console.
Right. So here's what I don't understand, because like leading up to E3, Microsoft made such a big deal about how they were going to announce their new console, right?
Yeah.
Why announce a console this way, to where it's like, okay, we get like almost like a video that wasn't meant for us, you know, it's meant for like investors and shit.
Yeah, they easily could have cut this out and just cut down their conference by a few minutes.
Yeah, I think their conference could have got trimmed for sure by a few things, but it's like, I don't understand the point of showing this now. If this isn't going to come out until like holiday 2020, show us the next E3, have the actual console reveal, show running gameplay. So now you just have this video out there and like so little information. It just, I don't know.
Most of what is in it is pure speculation about what they want the console to be. Nothing concrete.
Yeah, I just think it's a bad move announcing it that early.
Yeah, you and me both. Like I said, I was sitting there like, we're going to get 8K and 120 frames per second on all our games, and I'm sitting there going, no, you fucking aren't, you lying sack of shit.
I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know.
Not to mention, most people are going to need to upgrade. Like, if you're going to do, from what I can tell, most people would need to upgrade their current television just to get 120 frames per second in their living room.
Well, that's what's like really fucking infuriating me, is like, it's going to get to the point where like it's not going to be feasible to even like have the main consoles from each different party, because, you know, it's like you have to pay so much fucking money, and then each one of like all the subscription services and all this bullshit. And then
I want to rant about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just bought a fucking 4K TV, which I absolutely love. I don't want to upgrade this thing. Yeah, I don't want to upgrade it anytime soon because I love it.
Yeah, so it's like, is it a 60 hertz television?
Yeah.
Then your max FPS is going to be 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a brand new Samsung. I really love it, but I'm not going to go out and buy an 8K TV.
Especially not at the current price. Like I said, cheapest ones are $8,000.
Yeah, and I'm fucking married. Do you think she's going to let me buy another one? Hell no.
It's not even a viable thing. Like, there is so little 8K media out there right now that it's not even worth the $8,000.
Well, that, it's like, okay, so you want me to upgrade the TV, you want me to pay for this? Like, I'm all for new console generations, I get it. But I get the new console, and then, you know, they're pushing the Games Pass so hard, and Xbox Live. It's like, how much fucking money do they think that people have? I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, okay. Let me rant about this for a second. The future of gaming looks fucking stupid. Okay, so we got Google Stadia, which we're gonna have to fucking pay a subscription fee for. And beyond that, in order to play games on Google Stadia, you're going to have to pay a bunch of subscription fees to a bunch of other companies. EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Bethesda, fucking everybody. So you're going to have like 5 different subscription fees, pay like $100, $120 a month just so you can play your fucking video games. Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I feel better now.
Yeah, good. It's fucking bullshit. I think on our preview podcast, I may have said I thought this was going to be the E3 of like streaming services and shit, and that's exactly what it was. But,
yeah, you called that one.
Yeah, like it's just like it makes me sick. It really does.
Does Microsoft talk more about their whatever Game Pass is what it's called?
Yeah.
And they're expanding that to be on PC, and Bethesda talked about one, and Ubisoft talked about one. It's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
you want to rape my wallet on a monthly basis in the future.
Yeah. It's just, I just want to be able to buy a game and put it on and fucking play the goddamn game and not feel like, they're trying to siphon money out of me even more. I'm fucking sick of microtransactions. I'm fucking sick of subscription services. I just want to buy. If I'm paying $60 for the fucking game, I want the game. I don't want anything else.
I'm fucking sick of streaming services. They aren't even here yet, and I'm already sick of them.
Oh, there's too much now. I mean, all the movie ones and TV, it's like, it's fucking mind-boggling. So the game ones, like, I know I've known that's where the games are heading, and it's just like, oh, fuck,
I'm not even 100% sure that the game ones are fucking viable, because games are not movies. They are much larger than movies.
And they were
you're going to eat through your bandwidth so fucking quick.
Yeah, and people were saying that, the Stadia and everything, like, oh yeah, it was so super smooth. Like, you're in a controlled E3 environment. Of course they're going to have that shit running perfectly,
Yeah.
Like, if you think that's indicative of anywhere else, like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're going to need to have super fast internet just to be able to play, like you need pretty good internet just to get 720p.
Yeah.
And unless I'm on a Nintendo console, 720p ain't cutting it anymore.
Right.
The 720p generation ended in like 2013.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, and I know they're pushing the Microsoft's definitely pushing the Games Pass.
Yeah.
And they, whatever that service that they bought that they kind of like weirdly announced but didn't give any details. And
yeah. They showed off a bunch of indie games, which I'm glad to see.
Oh, yeah,
I'm always happy to see like indie games get a big spotlight at E3. Show off things that independent create. That's kind of redundant, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
2 of them in particular caught my eye for a very strange reason. Because they both starred deer, and I thought that was odd that we had 2 games starring deer on Microsoft's E3 stage. One of them had an anthropomorphic deer, the other one had you playing like a feral deer whose antlers lit up for puzzle solving and stuff.
Yeah.
There was a dungeon crawler Zelda-looking Minecraft game that might be fun.
To be honest, like, my brain's shot at the moment trying to remember all the indie games they announced. I would have to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I know what they closed with, and I was so excited and so disappointed that it was just a CG trailer.
Yeah, Halo.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite. And the CG trailer looks nice, like it's a gorgeous trailer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just they had this chance to like blow everybody out of the water and like especially like kind of rub it in Sony's face for not showing up, and then they just showed a CG trailer to end it.
Yeah, which again, Microsoft, do you have some kind of allergy about gameplay or something? You used to
Right.
do this all the time. But now
Yeah.
they don't show gameplay. Go ahead.
It's just it definitely gave me the feeling like, okay, well, that's a long ways away. So.
Yeah. I think that's what, next year?
Hopefully.
But God,
Not
they didn't
giving-
show. They didn't have any kind of onstage demo for literally anything that they showed.
No.
That to me was the biggest disappointment in Microsoft.
Yeah, I thought they had a good conference. I'm not going to say they did. They had a good one, but it was still disappointing.
It wasn't the amazing conference that it needed to be.
Oh yeah, they had an opportunity really, because you know that Sony will be there next year.
Yeah, they have they'll have a new console
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah, there's no way they're skipping next year. I mean, I just took it as like, hey, we don't have anything to show.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a few major games still coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Exclusive games.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about one of them here in a little bit, so I won't bring it up till we get to Square. And I'm really fucking excited for that one. But Ghost of Tsushima's still coming, and it looks awesome. Death Stranding is still coming.
Can't wait.
And The Last of Us 2 needs a goddamn release date.
Right.
But I'm really excited for those three. So, are you ready to talk severe disappointment?
Yes.
Ubisoft.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say a whole lot about Ubisoft because it was legit one of the worst conferences, maybe the worst that I've ever seen.
Yeah, this
This was like Mr. Caffeine levels of terrible.
yeah, for completely different reasons than
Yep.
the Mr. Caffeine one, but it was still that level of terrible. Ubisoft, you know you're at E3 to show off games, right? Not talk about a television show and a movie and a concert.
I mean, they showed off a pretty lengthy Watch Dogs trailer, gameplay. And
Oh God, I'm gonna bite my tongue so hard on that one.
it just didn't get me. I just no interest whatsoever. It just-
Yeah, same here. It looks to me like generic open world action game with some cyberpunk trappings.
Yeah, and it's like London is such an unexplored video game world. Like, there's so much in Europe and stuff that they don't do because they always kind of stick with these certain American
New
cities.
York, over
Yeah,
and over and over
New York,
again.
Chicago, LA, Florida.
Yeah.
So I always want something in London, because there's so much potential. And then they announce this, and it's like, oh well, it's like sort of dystopian society now, and like, okay, so it's fucking stupid.
London as it currently exists today, basically.
Yeah, but I just like a much more blown up version, I guess.
Yeah. I'm biting my tongue so hard so I don't rant. It didn't capture me. Nothing about it interested
No.
me.
No, not at all.
And that Sam Fisher showed up in the most shitty way humanly possible.
Yeah.
No, there's not a new Splinter Cell game, but he is going to be in a mobile Tom Clancy Rainbow Six game.
Right.
Or was it Ghost Recon?
I think it was Ghost Recon.
Yeah, it was Ghost Recon because they showed it right after they talked about Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Yeah. Which John Barenthal bringing his dog on stage was awesome, but
Yeah, that was like the one good thing about the conference. 'Cause
Yeah.
dogs are awesome.
yeah, Bam.
But they spent like 10 minutes talking about Ghost Recon Breakpoint
Mm-hmm.
and didn't show any gameplay.
Yeah, because they had that reveal like a week or two ago of gameplay. And I was like, well, why the fuck didn't you just save gameplay for the show if you were going to talk about it on stage?
Yeah, it was baffling. Like, why do these companies announce new games, show gameplay for them? That's what you do at E3. How do you fuck this up?
Yeah, oh god, that whole conference was just cringeworthy.
And they showed off a new trailer for a new Rainbow Six game that... Did it give you a fucking zombie game vibe? Because it sure as fuck did to me.
It did, yeah. I mean, that trailer was so brief to like try to pick anything out of it's really hard, but it definitely kind of had a zombie feel to it.
Yeah, it felt like a horror game, which is a weird direction to take Rainbow Six.
Plus, its name is like, what, Outbreak, I think?
Yeah. And all we saw was a trailer for it, nothing else. And they said it's going to be a co-op game, which, fine. They want to do for that what Rainbow Six Siege is to competitive gaming.
Also,
fine.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, to bitch up for just a split second, is like to backtrack a minute. They opened the show with like this Assassin's Creed orchestra, and I'm like, oh sweet, we're going to get the new Assassin's Creed. There's been so many rumors. I'm so excited. And then they never fucking said anything.
Yeah. Like, admittedly, the idea of going to a symphony to hear Assassin's Creed music is cool because there's a lot of good music in the Assassin's Creed game. But
yeah, for sure.
Do you really need to dedicate time at E3 for that?
Well, I thought, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, they're doing this to, like, build up and announce, like, the new Assassin's Creed game, which I'm super excited to see.
Yeah, like Sony did with the new God of War when they announced it.
Yeah. So I'm, like, getting pumped, and the music's playing. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I can't wait, Assassin's Creed. And then, no, it was Watch Dogs. It was like, that was a swift kick in the old jimmies.
Yeah. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, I just got the remaster of 3, so for my birthday.
Man, that's an underrated one. That's a great game.
I have not played it, so I'm going to get to.
Yeah,
and I played 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, and I own the remaster of 3, which comes with the PSP one, or the PS Vita one, and I own the PSP game as well.
The only one that I haven't played is the last one, just because I was kind of over like the whole like Greek Roman setting.
Yeah.
So I skipped that one, even though I've heard a lot of good things, and I'm actually starting to really think about picking it up because you can get it for a pretty good price now.
Yeah, I own Origins.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. It's almost too big, but it's awesome. That's what she said. But it's awesome.
Yeah, and I played a little bit of Origins, and I was impressed with first of all how different it is from a combat standpoint than the old Assassin's Creed games. I like that.
Yeah.
And God, it's gorgeous. Like the most realistic. This is gonna sound kind of weird to say, but the most realistic sand I've ever seen in a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, and
just
like
the way it moved.
An awesome main character that wasn't forced in a bunch of bullshit identity politics, and that's the only thing I'm gonna say about it. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game, and like I'm such a huge, like massive fan of Assassin's Creed. And I was so bummed that they didn't announce a new one, especially the way they opened the show. Like,
yeah, I'm not quite the assassin. I like the series, obviously. Yeah. I beat Brotherhood earlier this year, or I beat Revelations earlier this year, late last year. I beat Brotherhood as well. I like the series, but I'm not absolutely in love with it like you are.
Yeah, like huge fan, so I was really let down.
They didn't bring up Far Cry literally at all.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Like they didn't announce a new Far Cry, which is kind of weird, isn't it?
It's weird, but I'm also kind of happy they didn't, because I think Far Cry needs to kind of skip a year.
Yeah, which that might be what they're doing, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, it really should.
You know, bring it back in a way that's fucking awesome. Like Far Cry 2 was a couple of years after Far Cry 1, and it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody that hates that game. That game's amazing. A lot of people see it as the black sheep of the series, but God, I love Far Cry 2. What? They didn't show off anything Rayman,
No.
which again, I admitted that it was a long shot when I brought it up, but this would be a good time for a 3D platformer Rayman.
Yeah.
They didn't show off Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Oh man. I know they said, going into the show that they weren't going to show it, but it's just like, all right, is that ever coming?
Yeah. But they did dedicate like 15 minutes of their fucking conference to talking about a television show that will be exclusive to Apple's streaming service.
Right. I mean, I have the Apple TV, so I can watch it. But if you're going to bring out the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is this hysterical show, I'm like, okay, well, at least this clip of this TV show should be really funny, and it wasn't.
Yeah. And like, I think a lot of people felt that way. They really didn't bring their best foot forward on that one.
Yeah.
And again, this is a games conference. Why the fuck are you talking about TV?
Right, and I know it's like, it's set in a game studio, which is that's a cool setting for a show. It's definitely something that should have been done already, but
Yeah. It's a cool set. Like, the MMORPG, the fake MMORPG that they showed looked more interesting than the show itself in this presentation.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Good point.
Yeah, their show, nothing that they showed interested me.
Yeah, and then they closed it with that Gods and Monsters game, and it's like
CG trailer and nothing else.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a Zelda inspired. And I'm like, well, I didn't see any gameplay, so how do I know what it's inspired?
Yeah.
Like all I saw was a CG trailer of kind of a cartoony looking world. So okay.
Yeah. Square Enix actually had a good show for a change.
They did, yeah. Square had a pretty good show,
and they started it off on the right foot because, both you and I think Final Fantasy VII is a decent but overrated game.
Yeah.
And if you can get us too hyped as shit for your remake of a game that we think is overrated, you're doing something right.
Yeah, and when I say overrated, I don't mean that I don't like Final Fantasy VII. I just think that I think there are better ones, but I also
9 is better.
Yeah, and you know how much of a fanboy I am of 8, and I know nobody likes 8. I'm getting a remaster, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
but
sorry, dude, I don't like 8.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the fucking minority on that one, but I love that game. But so I was super excited for the remaster. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna deny how important Final Fantasy VII is to a lot of people. I mean, that's a huge fucking game for a shit ton of people. So I like the one thing that kind of irritated the shit out of me was how annoying the crowd was during this.
Oh, if you think it was bad there, well, we didn't even talk about Bethesda's crowd. Holy fuck, were they paying people to cheer?
That I would have been super happy if the fucking flamethrower squad would have come out and just melted everyone in there.
God, I hated Bethesda's crowd. It's
People have been ripping them so bad.
Yeah, you have every reason to hate us, but Fallout 76, woo!
Yeah. It was definitely employees. But for Square, during the Final Fantasy when some of the people, they're just screaming at you. For me, because it just irritated the hell out of me. But
yeah, that irritated the hell out of me too.
But
that was really the only moment that the crowd was that bad.
Yeah. I mean, they were going nuts for Final Fantasy VII, obviously, but
which is unlike I'm not convinced that the Bethesda crowd was actually going nuts. I think they might have had people in there to beef it up, but this was legitimate. This was because people love this game so much.
People, they were losing their shit. I mean, just going absolutely crazy for it.
But it looks like a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for this, which is a big deal for me to say because, again, I think the game's overrated.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a bad game by any means. It's a great game. I just don't think the hype that it gets. But at the same time, like I'm like out over the fucking moon hype for this.
Yeah,
It looks phenomenal. I love the changes that they made to it.
yeah. I really like the gameplay. Looks so much fun, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Oh boy, is it pretty!
yeah. I mean, it looks incredible. I do have some concerns, but
Are you also concerned about them saying that this is just the Midgar section?
yeah. So they said this is on 2 discs. It's just the Midgar section. They said, well, it's the size of a full game. Okay.
I hope so, because in the original game, the Midgar section's like 5 hours.
Well, yeah, they said they've expanded heavily. So this is the size of a full game, but which is kind of I have a lot of questions and concerns because they said like just the other day or whatever, like work has started now on the second part, and I'm like, so if this is coming out November,
Yeah.
and if you play it, sure, if it's a
No,
full
it's coming out next year.
next year, is it? Okay, yeah, you're right, like March.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
March 3rd, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. But if this is the size of a full game, so okay, like how fucking long is it going to be till the next part comes out?
Yeah, it took you guys 5 years. It's gonna take, from original announcement, to final product. That's 5 years of development. How the hell long is it gonna take you to get to part
And if they're
2?
saying,
Is it going to be on the PlayStation 4?
that's what I'm saying, is like they're saying they just started production on it. It's like, what's the end goal? How many chapters are there going to be? Like, is this going to be? Am I going to be able to play all these on one system? Yeah. And also, is this where Final Fantasy is at going forward? Are they not? Are they not going to put any resources into making a new Final Fantasy 16? Is it all going to be 7 for at least the foreseeable future?
Yeah, that's my concern too, dude. Don't get me wrong, hype to the moon for this, but that's
Absolutely.
my concern.
Yeah, I also recommend everyone go watch Alpha Omega Sins, like Final Fantasy.
I'm so glad he's back.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love that dude. I'm so pumped. But his reactions to it, he's so fucking hyped. It's hilarious. It's hysterical.
Yeah,
definitely
I missed his
watch it.
videos too. Like, Alpha Megason's cool as shit.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. So everyone should definitely go watch his videos. Watch the
Go
Final.
subscribe to him.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. But I don't know. Like, I'm kind of worried that like they know. People are going to go crazy for this, so they don't have to make a Final Fantasy 16, and I want a new Final Fantasy so bad.
Yeah. They also showed off a trailer for Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered, and it's going to have online co-op play, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because I played the shit out of that game with friends back in the day. Single player, it's boring. Multiplayer, it's fun as shit.
Yeah, hopefully it looked cool.
So I'm really excited for that. They announced Final Fantasy VIII is finally coming to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC again.
Definitely going to get it on the Switch.
Which I'm sure a lot of people are excited for, and I'm happy for y'all. I've never been a fan of.
Me and my small group of Final Fantasy VIII stalwarts will happily buy and play it.
They showed off. God, they showed off a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to remember.
I know, they almost too much.
Yeah, People Can Fly, who did Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment,
Yeah.
is working on something that Square is publishing, and I watched all of that, and I couldn't tell you what the fuck it was.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I just assume it's going to be a shooter because that's what they've done.
Yeah, you would assume so, right?
Yeah. What else?
They. I mean, I know what they closed the show with, but
What was the RPG for the Switch that Square did? It's like
Octopath Traveler.
yeah, that's coming to PC.
Yeah, that I haven't got to play it, but it's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I love the art, the pixel art design, like mixing the pixelated look with gorgeous modern lighting techniques and stuff like it. It looks amazing, absolutely amazing, and it'll look even better on PC.
They announced The Last Remnant, like a remaster of that. That's a good.
Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's already out on the Switch now. The remaster.
I'm gonna have to play that because I never got to play that back in the day. I heard it was decent.
Oh, dude, that game's great. Yeah.
Did they announce something Star Ocean?
And oh god, did they?
I know Dragon Quest XI's getting a reworking for the Switch, which is cool.
Yeah, the new Dragon Quest also looked awesome, but
I could have sworn they said something about a Star Ocean. But I don't remember what.
can't remember.
I know Star Ocean 4 for the Xbox 360 is now backwards compatible, so if you want to play that on your Xbox One or Xbox One X and upscaled to 4K, you can.
Yeah.
But that wasn't shown. That was announced shortly after E3. What did they close with? I don't remember.
Oh, the Avengers.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people were pissed that the Avengers in this game doesn't look like the Avengers in the movies.
To be mad about that is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Do you know how expensive it is to get the likeness of someone like Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah. And here's another thing that I'm sick of. This is definitely a rant episode. I am so fucking sick of these fucking petitions. As soon as some fucking asshole doesn't get what they want, they go online and start this fucking petition and get people to sign up like, oh, I'm gonna start a petition for them to change this. I want this to look just like Robert Downey Jr. Dude, go fuck yourself. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a fucking video game.
Yeah, they
Tony Stark and
millions and millions more to make Tony Stark look like Robert Downey Jr.
And go read the fucking comic books. He doesn't look exactly like Robert Downey Jr. God damn it. I'm fucking so sick of people. I gotta stop.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
It didn't really, like... I was kind of disappointed because, like, they've been hyping the fuck out of it. This Avengers announcement, they had this huge banner at E3, like, over the entire building, you know, with the Avengers logo. And then they close, and you just got, like, the briefest glimpse of gameplay possible.
Yeah.
And I've been reading... Yeah, I've been reading, like, the behind closed doors gameplay, and I was kind of like, oof. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like I said, I hope it's good, but that didn't fill me with much hope.
No, that trailer didn't do anything. The Marvel Ultimate Alliance trailer looked awesome. But
yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance looks cool.
yeah, and that's that Ghost Rider scene. He's riding it. I was like, okay, I'm sold. But I was just really let down by that Avengers trailer.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Well, like, Square Enix has enough U.S. developers under their belt now that it's a mix of Western and Eastern styles for their conferences, which is fine. But, like, they pick up some talent. Like, did they announce what the Tomb Raider team is doing?
I feel like maybe they did, but I cannot remember. They might not have, though.
They didn't show off a new Tomb Raider, which was a little bit disappointing.
Right.
Because the new Tomb Raider series has been really, really good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, they learned a lot of lessons on how to modernize this kind of thing from Uncharted, which is kind of funny if you think about it, because when Uncharted first came out in 2007, people were calling it Dude Raider. You remember?
Yeah. I'm still so bummed that franchise is done, but or like at
Yeah.
least Nathan Drake. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Nathan, he's such a good character.
I know. I don't know if they. I don't remember if they announced anything for the Tomb Raider team or not. I just cannot remember.
Yeah. They did announce. Oh wait, no, that was at Nintendo's show. So you want to talk about Nintendo?
Absolutely.
Seiken Densetsu 3 is finally coming to the States.
I thought Nintendo fucking murdered E3. They had an awesome fucking conference.
Yeah, their conference was wall-to-wall awesome.
Yep.
But Seiken Densetsu 3 is coming to the States, which is
Mhm.
fucking awesome. Like, I have wanted Seiken Densetsu 3 to... they're renaming it Trials of Mana.
Yeah,
But,
it looks great though.
If you don't know, Seiken Densetsu 3 is Secret of Mana 2. It
Mhm.
came out in Japan, and then it did not come out in the States. A lot of people blamed Secret of Evermore for Seiken Densetsu 3 never coming to the States, which really isn't being fair to Secret of Evermore, because that's a really good action RPG in its own right.
Yeah.
And it's not really like that was developed by a team called Square USA, and their composer is Jeremy Soule. Was Jeremy Soule his very first video game? And obviously, he would go on to become a huge deal when he did The Elder Scrolls.
Did they announce when it's coming?
I want to say they did, but I don't know. I really want to play Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yeah.
And there's like a remake of it too. It's coming.
Oh, right, okay.
They announced a new Contra,
Yeah.
and a lot of people were shitting on the new Contra.
It didn't look great.
Yeah, it didn't. I want it to be great,
Yeah, for sure.
and they did announce something Contra related that is great, but this wasn't it. Because they announced that there's going to be a collection of Contra games coming out. And there's like 12 of them in the collection, so they're getting a shitload of Contra. Which is awesome, because the old Contra games, when they aren't breaking your fucking balls, are a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love Contra.
Yeah, they're just hard as shit. They showed off Alien Isolation's coming to the Switch, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And if you haven't played that game and you like survival horror, fucking play it, please. It's great. Banjo-Kazooie is in Smash, which is awesome. Like, I'm not the biggest Smash guy in the universe, but people have been asking for that since, like, Melee.
That's awesome. Yeah. For them to work together to like make it happen is really awesome.
Yeah, so... And it's not... They look like an updated version of the N64 version of the game. They don't look like they did nuts and bolts, which is cool as shit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't. I haven't played nuts and bolts, but a lot of people didn't like it. Yeah, they showed a lot of, like, they showed Luigi's Mansion 3, which is just, it looks absolutely beautiful, and it looks like a...
I was like losing my fucking mind for this. Because that's one of my favorite games of all time, and like one of my favorite game memories is when I got my GameCube and I got Luigi's Mansion with it for like Christmas.
I haven't played it, to be honest.
Oh man, it's so great. And seeing it on this and like your like a haunted hotel and the trailer was just perfect. Like this was like a huge one for me.
Yeah. This was they showed off 2 new Zelda games, and one of them is a bigger deal to me. The other one is a bigger deal to everybody else.
Yeah.
And they showed off that they're working on a sequel to Breath of the Wild, which is cool. But I haven't played Breath of the Wild. The one that's a huge deal to me is they are remaking Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
And that was my first Zelda game, so I love it to death.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, for me, like when I was watching Luigi's Mansion, like for you, this is you know, I was losing my mind over that, so I can imagine.
Yeah, I was losing my mind over this remake, and people bitch about the art style. I like the art style. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Everyone complained about the Wind Waker art style, and that's one of my all-time favorite games. So
I need to beat that fucking game. I've owned it for years, and I've never beaten it.
So good. But also, like, them announcing that a Breath of the Wild sequel is in development is fucking awesome, and I'm very pumped.
Yeah,
and that trailer alone is just amazing.
They haven't done a direct sequel since what? What was the second one on the 64?
Oh God, Majora's Mask.
Yeah, Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
that was a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's rare that they do direct sequels. So that's kind of a big deal.
If any of them deserve it, because I think Breath of the Wild may be the most perfect game ever made.
No, wait, they did the direct sequel to Link to the Past on the 3DS.
Oh yeah, right.
Which I need to play.
Yeah.
A Link Between Worlds, that's what it was called.
They also showed like more of the Pokemon Switch games, which look amazing. Like, I can't fucking wait to play that.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of pissed off that they're not putting every single Pokemon ever created in that game, that they're just mostly focusing on new shit for that region.
Well, I look at it like this, like, there's, going on, what, 900 Pokemon now?
Yeah, that's a lot of individual things to
animate and everything, game. And, like, are you really going to collect all fucking 900 of them? Really? Yeah, I'm sure there's some asshole out there who would do it, but come on, give me a fucking
Most
break.
of us aren't that asshole.
Also, they announced a Corgi Pokemon, and I have a Corgi, and that's fucking awesome, so.
Yeah. The Corgis are fucking adorable.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Like living loaves of bread, they're adorable.
Oh yeah, she's laying over here right now. She's fucking hilarious. So, yeah, I'm so insanely excited. I remember me and my brother would always talk about when we were playing them on the Game Boy. Oh, like, wouldn't this be so cool if this was on, like, the console, we could play it on the TV, like, every time a Pokemon game would come out, we would always say, like, our dream is, like, one on the TV, so now they actually have a console one coming out, like a full Pokemon game, not like a,
Yeah, because they had the somewhat more traditional RPGs for the GameCube that they did.
Yeah.
Gale of Darkness and...
But this is, like, a full-on, legit, full Pokemon game that's coming out for the Switch, so I'm so excited.
Yeah. What was the Platinum Games game that they showed? They showed a new game from Platinum, and God damn it, what was it called? Astral...
Yeah, something...
Chain?
Maybe, yeah, I think that is it.
Yeah, I want to go with Astral Chain. That sounds right.
Sounds like the name of a Dream Theater album.
It does sound like a prog metal album, doesn't it?
Right, yeah.
I want to start a prog band called Astral Chain.
Yeah, perfect.
But, yeah, I'm sure that'll be good. They showed off a whole bunch of, like, remastered stuff.
Yeah,
like,
which is...
coming to it, which... Stuff from, like, early in this generation coming to Switch and stuff like that.
Yep, which is great. I mean, it's such an absolutely amazing console, so the more you get on there, the more exposure some of these games get, so just put it all on there.
like I said earlier, go buy Alien Isolation.
Yeah,
It's great.
I legitimately want to play that on the Switch. So yeah, I definitely want to pick that up.
I beat that on the PlayStation 4. It's awesome. It is so awesome. It feels like you're moving through a world of like the world of like the first movie. It's so good. What else did they show off?
They showed Animal Crossing, which also got delayed.
Oh yeah, they finally showed off Animal Crossing on the Switch, which I've never played that series, so
I have. I mean, I was never like one of the like big fans of it. You know, I didn't get crazy into it. I always liked it, but I never just played like a lot of it. I think that I actually think that'll be huge on the Switch. I think that'll be a really big one.
yeah, that'll be a big deal, and I'm sure. They didn't say anything at all about Metroid Prime 4. That's the one disappointment that I had.
It's disappointing, but also I'm totally fine with it because this is one of those to where it's like I know that when they show it and when it comes out, it's going to be amazing. So if they want to take their time with it and make it perfect, I'm like totally fine with that because I just want the best damn game possible.
Yeah. But I really, Metroid is my favorite series that they do. It's my favorite Nintendo series. I like Super Metroid, probably my favorite Nintendo game. I love it to death. It is perfect. So I was a bit disappointed in that.
I can see that.
Like give us a CG trailer just to let us know that it's still coming, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I'm trying to remember everything they showed, and
did they show Mario Maker 2?
No, because they had the Direct.
Oh, right.
Like a week before E3, they had a big Direct about that. Which I was kind of glad, like, okay, we got that out of the way, now we can show a whole bunch of new stuff. And they were the only company at E3 that had just shitloads of brand new games.
Yeah,
new announcements.
Nintendo they totally killed it.
Yeah, they far and away the best conference.
Oh yeah, it's like it's not even close.
Yeah, they did what Microsoft needed to do.
Yeah.
And I need to get a Switch at some point. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get a Switch because I'm still saving up money to get a fucking video card.
I love my Switch, man. I love that thing so much.
Yeah, I've got the other two. I still need a Switch. And there's numerous games on the Switch that I want to play. I don't have a 3DS either. Speaking of 3DS, I think its very last game finally came out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That was a Persona game. Persona Q2 or something like that.
I do want to mention something that I found pretty hilarious. It's Nintendo related, but didn't happen at their conference.
What?
Did you see when they were doing Just Dance and they announced the systems it was coming out for?
Oh god, is it coming to the Wii?
Yeah. So it's coming to the Wii, but not the Wii U. But there's still...
Oh my god, really? Ubisoft?
Yeah. Dead fucking serious. They're still releasing one on the Wii.
Why? Does it sell well enough to be worthy of that?
I don't know. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. It's so funny.
That series has got to make bank for Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Every year they show it off on the stage, and every year it's like you could just sense all the people in the crowd just groaning, like, "Oh, it's time for this bullshit."
Yeah, it's a moneymaker, so they have to get their. I just thought, like, man, putting it on the Wii, that's and not the Wii U, that's amazing.
Well, yeah, the Wii U sold like shit. It didn't even sell as well as the GameCube, which which wasn't a particularly big success for Nintendo. I love the system to death, but it sold like 21 million units.
God, I love that system. I'm so happy that the Switch is caught, it's doing so well. I love it.
Has the Switch passed Microsoft's Xbox One in total sales?
I don't think so.
Because I had heard someone suggest that it might have, and I hadn't seen any confirmation on that. If that happened, that's like, oof, for Microsoft.
So, I'm gonna look it up real quick because I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a really good show, and I really need to get a Switch at some point. And they've got a lot of cool stuff coming to it. I'm glad it's getting a lot of games, because there's a lot of people that only buy Nintendo.
Yeah. So I just to jump in real quick, the Xbox is sitting at, it looks like 40 million units sold worldwide, and the Switch is catching up quickly. It's at 32. It looks like.
So it will pass it.
Yeah, it's 100% gonna pass it.
And Microsoft will be third this generation. Oh, this generation was such a giant misstep for them.
Yeah, it was, and I love my Xbox, but I'm also like, it just makes me so happy because I never counted Nintendo out, so I'm so fucking pumped.
Yeah. And I'm not even saying that to shit on the Xbox. I did the video review of the Xbox One X and I praised it.
It's a great console.
It really is. It like as a 4K console, it's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't expect right now. I don't expect going in for them to deliver the 4K 60 that they promised, and lo and behold, it doesn't do that hardly ever. But
just with like what they've announced and what Nintendo's announced, like, God, they're gonna blow past them.
Yeah, I think, and I said this last year, I believe, but I think the biggest problem Microsoft is going to face is a lot of the games that everybody's hyped about that they showed. They're good. People are going to go, well, I can't wait to get that on my PlayStation.
Yeah, and also, like, I wonder, because they're trying to make the Games Pass to where you can get on pretty much everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's their goal. So it's like, well, how's that work out for your console?
Yeah, is that going to work out in the long run, or people are just going to get all the Games Pass stuff, like get the Games Pass, get all their Xbox games for PC?
So we'll have to see, but I'm just to, jump back into Nintendo. Like, I'm just super happy for everything that's coming out and how well that system is doing. I know they're saying they're going to make it a more powerful one, but
yeah, I've heard that rumor too.
It's just so awesome to see that they're just totally fucking kicking ass right now.
Yeah, and they might not have much of a choice in the next year or two, but to make a more powerful version. Because, on a power level, it already lags behind Sony and Nintendo, or Sony and Microsoft.
I do wish,
and it's going to lag further behind next year.
If you look at the gameplay on Luigi's Mansion, like, that game is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like they can do so much with an art style that will make you totally never even think about, like, ooh, how much power is, what is this system doing to make,
Yeah, good art design can go a long way to make up for not being great on a technical level.
Nintendo are masters of that.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, we both agree that easily the best conference, right?
Well, easily. Like, not even a fucking competition.
Yeah, they definitely had my favorite. It's been one of my favorite conferences in a while.
Yeah, like, EA sucked, Ubisoft sucked, Bethesda sucked, Doom Eternal looks great, but Bethesda still sucked. Microsoft was decent, but they needed to show some fucking gameplay.
Yeah, and Square was good.
Nintendo was amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
Overall, this year's E3 kind of sucked.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo saved it for me, and just because I loved it so much. But yeah, as far as like an E3, this was definitely one of those like transition years to where it's like you're not gonna get much new. You're gonna get a lot of CG stuff. And, like, what was so? I guess we'll do our game of the show then.
Oh, I'm tempted to say Doom Eternal, but I'm also tempted to not say Doom Eternal since I already knew about it ahead of time.
Right.
And I knew it was going to look amazing going in, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like if you want to name that as your game of the show, I wouldn't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it was a game that had gameplay at the show, you know?
Yeah. But I'm also tempted to say I'll go Doom Eternal Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay. And it's gonna sound goofy, but I've been just going back and forth in my brain because one, like, my most look forward to game is probably Cyberpunk, but they didn't show gameplay, so I can't count it.
Yeah, that's the only reason Cyberpunk doesn't get it from me,
Right.
too.
Because if they would have shown gameplay, 100% that's my game of the show.
Yeah.
But I was leaning towards Final Fantasy VII and Luigi's Mansion just because which one was my most hyped, I guess, in my game of the show, because I honestly thought that game looked incredible. But I think I'm going to go Final Fantasy VII.
So we're both agreed on Final Fantasy. Like, this game, we both think is overrated, and it won us over big time.
Yeah, I just think everything they showed from it it really blew my mind. Like, how fucking awesome it looked. I was like, it really looks like a blast.
Yeah, Kotaku or Polygon, I don't remember which. They're both trash.
Yeah.
They wrote an article talking about how Barrett's voice is problematic because he or she, the author, said it was like, oh, stereotypical loud black guy. I'm like, you have never played the game, have you? Because that's kind of Barrett's personality.
Yep.
He's loud, he's a bit obnoxious at times, he curses a lot. That's Barrett.
Anyone who works for both of those sites should be dumped off on an island, and that island should be exploded.
Yeah, I fucking hate both of them.
Yeah.
But even in the article, the person admitted, yeah, I've never played this game, so I'm like, so you admit that you don't know what you're talking about, and you wrote this crap-ass article anyway. Fuck you.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
You don't know anything about this character. Like, I don't even love the game, and that article still pissed me off.
Yeah. But man, that remake looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it really does. Like, oh god, I can't wait to get my hands on it and play it. And
yep.
It's amazing just how many good games are coming out early next year. Like, usually you get the lull at the beginning of the first 3 or 4 months of the year, but we're not.
Yeah, it's definitely going to ramp up. I mean, but at the same time, I think there's no fucking way Cyberpunk makes that release date.
I hope it does, because they've been working on it for 7 years.
I guarantee that thing gets pushed back to the fall. That's a placeholder date just to appease. There's no.
Yeah. I usually don't pre-order games. The last game I pre-ordered was fucking The Last of Us.
Yeah.
The PS3 version. That's how long it's been since I pre-ordered anything. And I am so tempted to pre-order Cyberpunk.
Me too. Even, like, I think there's no way it makes that release date, but at the same time, I just want to pre-order it anyway, just, like, so I know in my, like, back of my head, like, oh, I pre-ordered it, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, and I'm biting my tongue on ranting about things that certain types of people have said about Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I've unfortunately seen fucking idiots. But
yeah,
it'll come out, and I'll play it, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. How long have we been going? Jesus, 1 hour and 38 minutes?
Yeah, I know. I thought it was going to be a short one, too.
Short? Okay, we need to call it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. You ring the bell, make sure you get notifications, because, again, got that review coming out. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.